Start with these. They've been talking about rape. I thought I had more of these. I thought I also had more pamphlets. Good. How are you?
Hey, so what's the plan for today?
Same things yesterday.
How long are you out here for?
Just for about till 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and then we come back in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just had a complaint from a mom who said like her daughter had an interaction with you, and I'm not saying this happened.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm just kind of, the etiquette for this is, she was complaining that when you guys, like her daughter or some other girl was trying to walk away and you kept getting in front of them and not letting them leave. I'm not saying that happened or didn't happen.
Yeah.
But if they call us out, if someone says this happened, and we got to come out and investigate and figure it out.
Sure.
And if somebody says something, if we believe something happened, we have to act on it. So,
sure. Yeah.
You know, just if someone wants to walk away, just step aside and let them go. And if they engage in conversation, you know, there's nothing wrong with being in front of them and talking to them. But if they want to leave, I'm not saying you did this, but you just got to let them go. This is a very, you know, volatile subject that people are very passionate about.
That's right. Yeah.
And I support your First Amendment right to be out here. As long as you don't interfere with anybody else's.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, perfect.
As long as we're clear on that.
This one we have for law enforcement. Can I give that to you?
Oh, no thank you. I can't accept something like that on work.
Yeah, you can.
No.
You can. You just don't want to. Do you want one?
I'm okay.
Okay, we made this for law enforcement because you guys live in a nation that murders 3,000 babies every day, and you're sworn to uphold the Constitution. The Constitution says no person shall be deprived of life without due process of law. So here in San Jose, you guys have a duty to protect the unborn, but you're not. You're neglecting that duty. You're deciding that it's okay for people to murder some people and not others, and God's going to hold you accountable to that. All right? So I want you to understand that you have a duty to God to uphold the law. God says thou shalt not murder. That's what this is about. Okay? And we need people like you, especially in the world we're coming to. We need people like you to stand up and resist the tyrannical government that we have. If you won't stand up, then what hope is there, right?
Yeah. You're going to do what you think is right, and I'm going to do what I think is right.
Right. Okay? Well, you've sworn to uphold the Constitution. It says you shall not deprive a person of life without due process of law. So you're a police officer sworn to protect people. They're murdering people in your community at every Rite Aid and everywhere else.
So we could stand out here all day debating this.
Sure. Well, I'm not trying to debate with you. I'm just trying to inform you of the duty you have before God, and you will stand in judgment before God for allowing the murder to continue. It's like we live in Nazi Germany and there's a concentration camp, and you guys are policing the area, making sure that nobody disturbs the concentration camp. Does that make sense?
Well,
that's just the situation.
That's the analogy you're using. But...
Right. Well, that's the situation, because if people are being murdered 3,000 a day in our nation, and police officers across the nation are going, well, I guess I can't do anything about it because I got to listen to, you know, my boss. Well, our boss is God, and he says, thou shalt not murder. And it's clear human beings are being murdered. So we encourage you guys to stand before God righteously and say, God, what should I do about this? And as the lesser magistrates, you guys have a tremendous amount of authority and power, and it's all been given to you by God. And you're going to be accountable for that.
Okay.
All right, man.
I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks for talking to me, guys. I pray for you guys.
What's that? Don't forget about 8 o'clock, right?
Okay.
Right, yeah. Yep.
So what would you suggest they do? How are they going to stop it? How are they going to stop if they're...
Well, they're going to stand before God if they don't. Well, so I guess what I would say is...
We all have to give an account, right?
Right.
Okay.
If I were them, I'd get all my friends together and say, hey, look, what's happening? We're going to go shut down the abortion clinic. We're going to go say, hey, stop it. And we're going to cause a court case.
Do you think that a group of law enforcement officials can actually go and do that?
Yes, I know they can.
Okay, so
they're sworn to do that.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
But you don't think that the corruptness of Dianne Feinstein and Barbara Boxer and all our representatives, you don't think they'd have a million other military people?
You know who Chet Gallagher is? He's a police officer that was called out for protesters in Nevada some years ago. He came out and he saw the protesters and he sat down with them. Yeah, he's not a police anymore, but he did what was right before God.
Right.
So, like, God doesn't ask us to be pragmatic and say, hey, are you going to win or not? God says stand. Right? So one person and God, that's a majority. So if one of these guys would follow the Lord would honor that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.